Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Confusion reigns for workers fired from their jobs because of the vaccine mandates. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announced this week that the mandates would no longer be required in education, police and defence workforces and businesses using vaccine passes from April 4. They would still be required in health and aged care, corrections and border workforces. Public Service Commissioner Peter Hughes says the public sector was in a good position because of high vaccination rates and mandates for some agencies, but added potentially rehiring workers let go because of the vaccine mandates was a matter for each agency chief executive to consider. There's debate over when the best time would be to move the country, or even singular regions, to orange. COVID-19 Minister Chris Hipkins has indicated a move down in traffic light settings would be sooner than we think, signalling it would likely happen once the whole country has peaked in the outbreak. Director General of Health Dr Ashley Bloomfield, however, says he would advise against it. While in Auckland, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern signalled she would look at reviewing settings as early as next month and that hospitalisations instead of cases would be a deciding factor.
Yep, if we're hearing from primary care and our hospital network that what they're seeing is a bit more normalisation, then that'll be a big factor for us in considering what we do with those levels.
The clean-up continues for flood-affected farmers in Gisborne. The region's been hit with record rainfall in recent days, causing slips, flooding and evacuations. But the worst of the weather has passed. Meanwhile, in response, the government's pledged $175,000 towards Tarawhiti's recovery. Research shows New Zealand households are paying $3,000 more on essentials than a year ago. The New Zealand Initiative research shows a third of the increase is due to higher transport costs, mainly petrol prices, and higher rents and rates. Higher food prices, especially for fruit and vegetables, and higher interest payments on borrowing have also contributed. New Zealand Initiative senior economist Matt Burgess says the government has played a significant role.
Goods and services aren't coming into the economy at the rate we would like. The government has responded by printing money and spending large sums.
The government may soon require businesses to make public their gender pay gaps, while ministers are also looking into making companies publish starting salaries on job ads. The moves come after a select committee of MPs recommended the government does more to address pay transparency. And in world news, NATO has agreed to ramp up its presence in Eastern Europe in response to Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. At an emergency summit in Brussels, NATO leaders have agreed to send 40,000 more troops to Slovakia, Hungary, Bulgaria and Romania. They've also agreed to maintain a presence in the region for the long haul.
And today I'm announcing the United States is prepared to commit more than $1 billion in humanitarian assistance to help get relief to millions of Ukrainians affected by the war in Ukraine.
And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.